Welcome to day 21 of our Europe vlog. Today we are out and about exploring Vienna, getting in all the sights that we could see. We started by heading out to the Votive Church, which was nice and spiky, double spire. And after that we headed out to the St. Charles Cathedral, which was a Catholic church with a dome and two bits on the side as well, also lovely to see. We definitely used our transport card today, got on a lot of different trains, I think 10 all up, transferring across lots of the different underground lines. After that we headed to Schönbrunn Castle, which is a pretty famous castle. Started in the church, 3 churches before 10 a.m, pretty good. The guided tour was done over this phone-like thing, so we got to listen to lots of information about the castle as we explored. As you can see, it's very extravagant. Lots of lavish paintings and ornate walls and roofs. This is the Great Hall. It had 1,107 or something like that candles, so they were explaining how it's very expensive to keep lit back in the day. But yeah, grand roofs and mirrors and chandeliers to really add to the effect. This was the little meeting room and some of the paintings in the castle. After that we explored the Schönbrunn Castle gardens, which were quite large and quite nice to look at. Would have been even nicer when all the flowers were blooming. It had a bit of a eerie vibe, but it was good. So here's a view from the outside, from the back of Schönbrunn Castle, looking back at it from the gardens. We had a walk up the hill to have a look at what we can see, and we made it up now, and so another look back at Schönbrunn Castle from the top. This is Neptune's fountain, which was at the top there, and then also the Glorietta, which honestly don't really know what it was, but another fancy building at the top of the hill. And on our way back we even spotted a squirrel, which probably wasn't interesting for anyone else, but for us Australians it was fun to see the squirrel. Then we headed to the Naschmarkt, which is like a food market, and just had a look around. Got offered 1,000 samples by very insistent shop owners, and got a borek for lunch, which is a spinach and cheese pastry thing from the Ottoman Empire. And then we headed into Stephen's Platz in the middle of the city, saw some overpriced horse carriages, and here's Stephen's Cathedral as well. We went inside and it was a bit weird because they had a service running, but hey, it was cool to see inside. And then we stopped for some cheesecake, an apple tart and some drinks, just a little treat. And when we went back outside, it was snowing very lightly, but cool to see that as well. Popped into the Lindt shop just to see the range of chocolates they had. May have got a couple. And then headed back out and saw the Hofburg, the palace where the Habsburg family used to live. As well as that we saw, of course, another statue of a person riding a horse. This was just around the back of the Hofburg. And after our exploring of Vienna, we headed to the Vienna Chocolate Museum, which you can see here. And as part of this, we did a chocolate making course. So we got to choose from these wonderful options of chocolate and make 3 bars each in a mold with different toppings, which was pretty fun and pretty cool experience. There's Ellen's chocolate bars that she made. We also made some hot chocolate with just some cocoa, chili and cinnamon, which is apparently how the Aztecs drank it. Here's Ellen stirring that together, and then me turning out my chocolate box from the mold once they had set. Chose a nice pink chocolate. It's just white chocolate with food dye, don't tell anyone, but it makes a cool effect. And then later in the evening we headed out to Steffel Arena to see the ice hockey, to see Vienna take on Asiago, a team from Italy, which was a cool vibe, good to be part of. Had really healthy dinner, which you can see here. And yeah, just enjoyed watching some ice hockey. It's very quick, very sometimes hard to track where the puck's going. Also very physical. There's a lot of pushes and shoves and bumping, and definitely not deliberate tripping. All of this meant that the game was not without its drama. At one point they had to get a stretcher out for a dude who'd been, to quote the referees, head checked, meaning someone had bumped him in the head and he'd fallen over and landed on the ground, but he was all good. He got up and walked away at the last second, just built up the suspense there. And in the end, Vienna beat Asiago 4-2, so that was good to see. And then we headed back, ready to go to bed for a nice early start tomorrow. See you then.